Okay, today's topic is, we have to continue what we starting last week. It was, what was the topic? Was production possibility curve. And this term is also known as production possibility frontier, or also is known as production possibility border. Frontier, border, or curve. Those are the same thing, don't worry. Those are the same term. If only you heard the word PPC, it means production possibility curve. PPC, production possibility curve, okay? So as an introduction, I'm gonna play, let me see, a motivational video, and then we'll start the class. Let me see where it is. This is the one. This is who you are, okay? Pay attention to this, guys.
What if this light bulb was the cure to racism, sexism, and classism?
Sorry.
Hear me out. Do you know what people and light bulbs have in common? We both express as different colors, have different shapes, different sizes. We're manufactured in different places. Some of us are bright, some dim, some clear, and some broken. We appear to be very different on the outside. But the thing about these lights is, there is one current running through each bulb. And in the same way, there is a singular energy running through each person on this planet. Doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter your race, gender, nationality, that's just the bulb. Inside of all that is who you really are. Energy. Don't believe your energy? Well, riddle me this. Say you have a friend named Jim, and you've been visiting Jim in the hospital, until one day Jim unfortunately dies on the operating table. You say, oh no, Jim died. But his body is still there. His race, his gender. But you say Jim died? Because you know deep down that Jim was a lot more than his body. He was the intelligent energy that gave life to his body. Energy is what we are. And energy has no color. It is not Republican nor Democrat, white or black. Energy is not Christian, Muslim, or atheist. Energy is. We are intelligent, creative, universal energy. And if we understood that, then we would finally know what wise men and women have been trying to tell us since the dawn of time, that we are one. What people and light bulbs have in common? We both express as different colors, have different shapes.
Okay, now let's go right into the PowerPoint we started already last week. Let me...
Yo quisiera tener la proyección de ese hombre.
Excuse me?
Yo quisiera tener la proyección de ese hombre.
You don't like what?
I wish to have like the projection of that man.
You want the projection? What do you mean projection? ¿A qué te refieres con la proyección?
The way
maneja. Ya, por eso tú tienes, digo, todos tenemos en la vida, tenemos diferentes cualidades. De repente esa es una cualidad que él tiene, okay? So we have different skill. But anyway, if you can become him, you only need to practice a lot. Practice a lot, and maybe you eventually you will get reach the levels that he has reached, maybe. But that's up to you, and nobody else. You're the only one. Okay, let's come back to the topic that we are supposed to be studying. Now remember the topic, this is the section number 3, the third topic we have studied since the beginning. Now remember, you need to write this information in your notebook. This is the title, write it in your notebook, analyzing production possibility. And also, hold on, this information is already in the platform over here. You see, 10A assignation, or you are 12, but you have the same information here in your platform. This is the document with all the information. Is this one. You have to print it out. It's 5 pages with the information because you don't have a book, remember? And also this is an extra information about the same topic. So you have enough information for you to increase your knowledge about this PPC. Okay, this is the PowerPoint. Today's PowerPoint is here. This is the link, okay? So you have all the information already loaded up in your platform, guys, okay? So let's move on. So remember, you need to write the title in your notebook, the vocabulary that is here. This is a vocabulary, write it in your notebook also. And the meanings are here. You see, is excellent. It's give you the words and you have already the meaning. So you don't have to go further, okay? So you only need to write that information in your notebook. It has to be in your notebook, okay? We were discussing about the loaf of bread, the muffin, remember? Yes, teacher, I remember. Oh, excellent, okay, let's move on. Let's move on, okay, yes. Okay, economics, we use the model. Okay, this is the model. Okay, let's move on. Okay, now we spoke this already. Let's go over here. Now, this is the thing. PPC represents the border, the limits. Remember, this is the limits of the possibility you can produce with a specific resource. Okay, now represents the border or the frontier between what is possible to produce and what is not possible to produce. This model is sometimes called production possibility frontier. So if you go to YouTube or you go to Google and then you type production possibility curve or production possibility frontier or production possibility border, the three are the same, okay? The same, they call it different way, but are the same information. It is useful tool for businesses and even governments, but it works just as well with individual small-scale economic decisions. Now here is the table that we were discussing. If you use all the ingredients only to produce bread, then you will be able to produce 12 loaves of bread and 0 of muffin. Then the thing is, okay, no, I wanna produce some muffins. So that means that you have to give up. You have to give up 2 loaves of bread. Why? Because with 2 loaves of bread, you are able to produce 35 muffins, and you are gonna be missing 2 loaves of bread. So in this occasion, in this option, you will be able to produce only 10 loaves of bread. Over here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible combinations of production. These are possible. Why? Because it's possibility. These are 5 possible combination of production, okay? Let's move on. Now, production possibility curve. The production possibility curve table 1.3, the previous one, this one 1.3. It shows 5 production possibility, and I just explained a loaf of bread and brown muffins. The data in the table also can be plotted. Plotted means place it, okay? Plotted on the graphic, ubicado aquí en la gráfica. As a figure 1.4, this is figure 1.4. The line join, the plotter point, is the production possibility. When you join it over here is the production possibility. Now, here you are using all the ingredients to make only bread in point A over here. You're using all the ingredients to produce only bread. And point C, at this point you are making only muffins. Now, letter B is this point shows combination of 7 loaves of bread and 63 muffins. The opportunity cost of making 7 loaves of bread is 37 muffins, okay? Let's move on. Further, the production possibility curve shows the opportunity cost of each choice in a visual way. Over here, this is are the possible choices. And this is the visual way. You see it over here in the graphic. That's why it says. Now trace the curve from left to right with your finger. And notice that as you move along the curve, you make fewer loaves of bread and more muffins. Let's see if it's right. If we move from left to right, we are producing less loaf of bread and more muffins, as you see over here. Okay, so that's what it says. What it says here in this document. Now the opportunity cost of making more muffins is the bread that you can be made. That is the opportunity cost. Again, the opportunity cost of making more muffins is the bread that you cannot make. It means that you are giving up. Got it, guys? The opportunity cost. Okay, this is almost the two graphics that we just saw. This is the table, and this is the graphic and the explanation. Now over here it says analyze graphs. Analicemos esta gráfica. It says, if you decide to make 10 loaves of bread, how many brown muffins could you make? If you decide to make 10 there, it means that you would be able, you could be making 35 muffins. Now, if you, let's pretend if you have 7, then you would be able to bake or make 63, and so on. For 4 loaves of bread, then it's raising 84 and 100 muffins, okay? What opportunity cost of making the 10 loaf of bread? The opportunity cost is that you are giving up 2 loaves of bread in order to produce the 35 muffins. Now, this is a practice that you have to do it. You have to write it in your notebook. Got it? Remember, the topic of this chapter is analyzing production possibilities. That is the title. Then you have to write the vocabulary. This is the vocabulary. And after the vocabulary, guys, you need to write this practice. This is as an example, okay? This is a practice for you to understand how to create this possible production frontier or curve or border. So over here, this is an example. This is the table, like the ones over here. There are how many combinations? A possible combination: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 possible combination. Over here, there were only 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is the double. This is the double of combination that we have over here. So you have to make the combination and clutter all the points over here and connect it with a line that you're gonna have something like this. Maybe not. I did it already, and it's not like this. Okay, it changes. Okay, you'll see when you connect all the points, all the dots. Okay. Got it, guys? Now you have to draw. It says draw and label each axis. Axis son los ejes. And each point, y cada uno de las combinaciones estas. And put the cake on axis Y. O sea que esta va en la vertical, esta va en los cupcakes van en la Y. Y en la X van a ir los robots. Okay? So you have to write the same numbers over here, this in order. Like this one over here, 2, 3, sorry, 2, 6, 10, 14, 14, and the same thing over here, 2, 0, 2, 5, 10, in order like this one. So when we get all the combinations, you're gonna get something like this. Got it, guys? Do you have any question so far? So far, do you have any question?
We have to send it to your mail.
Excuse me?
We have to send it to Neo.
Yes, you need to, this PowerPoint is already in Neo.
But we have to take a picture about the practice.
¿Cómo? Yes.
We have to take a picture about the practice.
No, you don't need to take a picture. Chicos, este es PowerPoint, ya yo lo subí. I loaded up already in the platform. Okay? Now, if you want to take a picture, do it. But it's the same thing. It's already in the platform, okay?
Pero se lo enviamos a usted.
No, you don't need, you have to write it in your notebook. You don't have to send it to me. No, don't send it. Tomorrow you're gonna show it to me. Tomorrow, or I see you tomorrow or in 2 days. I don't remember, okay? But anyway, you have to do it in your notebook and then you have to show it to me. You don't have to send it to me. Show it to me. I'm gonna ask for it. Okay? Okie dokie. Now also you need to is indicating the graphic with point K. What is the point K? Is inefficient. The inefficient area is this one. This one is the inefficient area. Why is inefficient? Why? Because you are not using all the ingredients or all the resources and you are producing less than you are supposed to produce. That's why this is the inefficient area, this one. Under this frontier, under this possibility curve is the inefficient, this is the inefficient area. And there's another area. Also, that's with letter K. Now with letter L, you need to show me, indicate the graph with point L, where unattainable is. Now the unattainable is over here. Unattainable significa que no se puede obtener, que es imposible. Que no se puede obtener, yes. Unattainable area is, is in this area. Why? Because in this is the frontier. You cannot move this possibility curve, this production possibility curve. You cannot move it forward. Why? Because you don't have enough resources and you don't have enough machines in order to produce more than you are able to produce than only this table. So that's why this is the area that is not possible to produce, and this area over here is the K that is inefficient. Why? Because you are not using properly all the ingredients, okay? So you have to write the graphic in your notebook using this information and also place these 2 points in the graphic, guys. Got it? Now, if you didn't understand, remember after 2:45, we have time to discuss it until 2. Okay, got it, guys? Let's move on. What we learned from PPC, it says, one important concept revealed in a PPC is efficiency. Efficiency. The condition in which economic resources are being used to produce the maximum amount of goods and services. Okay? That is called efficiency. You are using all the resources in an efficiency way. Now, there's the opposite. Another is underutilization or inefficiency. Like it says of inefficient. Over here it says inefficient. So it's the same as underutilization. It's like your cell phone, guys. With your cell phone, with that gadget, you are able to do a lot of things, different things, but you only use it to chat, to watch videos, and that's it. So you are underutilization that device. It's like some calculators. The calculator is able to to solve some different kind of mathematics or statistics problems, but the things that we only use it to add or subtract amounts, para suma y resta o divisions, okay? Lastimosamente, that's the way it is, guys. So we are, sometimes, most of the time, we are under utilization these devices, okay? Let's move on. Condition in which economic resources are not being used, underutilization, are not being used to their full potential. As a result, fewer goods or services are being produced than the economy is capable of making, okay? Now in the figure 1.5 is this one. 1.5 shows the classic production possibility model. El modelo clásico de producción of guns and butters. Guns son pistolas y butter, si lo traducimos en español, es mantequilla. Pero esta expresión se utiliza en la economía para definir ya sea guns represents the military expenses. For instance, in a government, they have to decide whether or what amount of, or what part of the budget are going to be used for the military defense. And that is a very, it's a conflict. Sometimes a conflict when they are deciding, because sometimes people say that the government invests too much money in the army, on the military section, and they're supposed to use it for the border. And the border, la mantequilla, and this occasion border means represent the consumer production in order to increase the production in an economy, for instance, United States economy. Okay, so when you see this model means this conflict, guns or border means the militarization or for the national economy production. Okay, that's what it means. Now over here, tomorrow or next class, we're going to deal with this topic. We're gonna stop right here because we have 2 minutes left, and we don't have enough time because you have to go to another class. Please, 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 Laura, stop chatting. Please, you need to complete this assignment for next class, okay, guys?